Playoff baseball is heating up, and we got two more games. Let's talk some team. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven. Holy smokes, what a game in Cleveland that was yesterday. Whether you won or lost a bet, it don't matter, because if you are a fan of baseball and the MLB playoffs, that was absolutely incredible. Big Christmas coming in for a pinch hit two-run shot, and it was violent, that home run. It was unbelievable. And then David French Fry walks it off with a two-run bomb in the 10th. As a Cleveland fan, I'm sure you guys are going absolutely crazy. One day as a Mariners fan, I may feel that. Maybe before I die, maybe not. We'll see. But anyways, that was freaking awesome. Pretty cool to watch. But we got two more games to talk about. So quick reminder, NFL Week 7 Best Bets video is out now. So go check that out. We're going to have a good weekend. I just feel it. And then Player Props video will be out late Friday night. So I'm ready to get right into it. We got two more games. And that means we have a baseball fun fact. So here we go. In 1982, Pete Vukovich, I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. I was -4. He was pitching with a torn rotator cuff. That's right. So he was in a ton of pain in the playoffs. He took a cortisone shot, and 2 days later threw 173 pitches in 11 innings to help his Brewers beat the Red Sox in the playoffs. I mean, I think pitchers and athletes were just built a little different back then. That's absolutely crazy if it's 100% true. I don't know. It's on the internet. It's got to be true. So in this video, we're going to recap yesterday, another one-on-one day. And then we're going to go over the good and bad hitter matchups. There aren't many of them. And then the pitcher strikeout matchups, the pitcher report, and then we'll finish it with our best bets or leans and the bets recap. So hit that like button, leave a comment below if you are new to the channel. Hit that subscribe button as we are on our way to 30,000 subscribers. We may hit it by this weekend. Thank you guys for all the support. I appreciate it. But let's get into it. And that means it's recap time. All right, there it is, the 1-in-1 day, and this first bet was as easy as it gets, guys. Guardians money line, no sweat. I mean, it was just simple. It's a simple game, really, but that was just wild. Jose Quintana over 3.5 Ks. He didn't even have many two-strike counts. It was just a bad read. If you can't tell already, pitcher props are really, really tough in the playoffs. You don't know how long these guys are going, what kind of stuff they have this late in the year. It's crazy, but it was a bad read. So 1-on-1, 13-8, up 2.48 units on the playoffs so far. So that's the recap, and now let's talk the hitter matchups. All right, this is going to be quick because there's just not many of them. The only one of the day, Jesse Winker of the Mets, 8 for 21, 5 extra base hits, and 2 home runs off of Jack Flaherty. So that's the only good hitter matchup, and now let's check out the bad one. And there's only one there, too. Starling Marte of the Mets, 4 for 22, 7 strikeouts versus Flaherty. That's all we got. 2 games, and sometimes you get that. So that's the hitter matchups. Now let's talk some arms. All right, let's go over 2 pitchers and some pitcher strikeout matchups. Again, these can be tough because, like, the second pitcher, so he hasn't pitched since the end of September, so we'll find out. But Jack Flaherty at the Mets, he had 6 Ks against the Mets in Game 1 this series in 7 innings. Mets, 11th highest K rate versus righties since September 1st, almost 25%. And Flaherty hasn't been as dominant lately with strikeouts as he was earlier in the year. 6-2, 5-5, and 4 strikeouts in the last 5 starts. Slightly higher K rate on the road where he is now, 30.7 compared to at home at 29%. It's really not much difference at all. Second one, Luis Gil, finally pitching in the playoffs against the Cleveland Guardians, of course. He had 3 Ks in 3 innings on 8/20, on August 20th against the Guardians. But like I said, he has not pitched since September 28th. Guardians 18th highest K rate versus righties since September 1st, 23%. He had exactly 5 Ks in 4 straight starts to end the season. His K rate is lower on the road, though, quite a bit, too. 24.7 compared to 29% at home. How many innings are we going to get out of him after he hasn't pitched in a few weeks? Who knows? Only the manager. But those are the 2 pitcher strikeout matchups. And now let's take a look at the pitcher report. All right, there it is, the 2 matchups of the day. Jack Flaherty, obviously solid season. David Peterson for the Mets, the lefty, 2.9 ERA. You see that negative regression, 4.24, obviously in 1 game in the playoffs. It doesn't mean he's going to have it or anything, but he's just limited runs. He's gotten out of a lot of jams. 1.29 ERA or WHIP, which is very average. Below average K rate, below average walk, and then hits are right around there. So all his numbers say he's been about average, but his ERA is 2.9 because he's just found a way to limit runs. And then Flaherty, we know how good he's been. And then Luis Gil versus Gavin Williams. That's right, 2 pitchers in Cleveland that will be making their first start of the playoffs, first appearance in the playoffs. Williams struggled mightily at home, especially. It was a struggle for him a decent amount of the year, but he's got some swing and miss stuff, as you see by that K rate. We've messed with some of his K props as well. But Luis Hill and him, we'll see. We don't know if we're getting 1 inning, 2 innings out of these guys. Maybe someone goes 5, 6. We'll see. But Luis Hill sometimes can have some command issues. As you see, 12.1% walk rate, but does not give up many hits at 6.2 per 9 innings. So that's the pitcher report for October 18th. And now let's talk some best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to New York, where the Mets host the LA Dodgers in Game 5 of the NLCS. Dodgers on the money line, minus 142. Mets on the money line, plus 120, with a total of 7.5 runs. The season is on the line for those magical Mets. I have a best bet that I have never, ever, ever done before. Here we go. Give me Shohei Ohtani over a half a walk. That's right, minus 120 on BetMGM. You can get this at minus 125 on DK. Half unit play for me here. Like I've said, I've never given out a hitter prop for over a half a walk, but I absolutely love it. I almost gave this out yesterday, but I chickened out. We're going to do it this time. So he just walked 3 times. If you guys don't know, he has now hit a home run in 2 straight games of this series. After his leadoff home run on Thursday, the Mets decided to walk him not once, not twice, but 3 straight times. He has now walked 7 times in 4 games this series, including at least once every single game. They want to pitch around him. They don't want anything to do with his bat. I mean, all he's got to do is walk once. It could be intentional walk. It could just be pitching around him. Either way, if there's a situation where they do not have to pitch to him, they are not going to. So that's all the analysis I got for you. Give me Shohei Ohtani to see 4 balls 1 time as my first best bet. All right, this next one takes us out to Cleveland, where the Guardians host the New York Yankees. Yanks on the money line, minus 118. Guardians, minus 102, with a total of 7.5 runs in this one. I got a normal bet on this one. So here we go. Give me the over 7.5 runs for a half unit. I like this. Minus 115 on FanDuel. If you can only get 8, I don't mind it. Obviously, 4-4 tie still gets you a winner, but I do love this 7.5. We got 2 pitchers who are going to be tough to trust. We got Luis Hill versus Gavin Williams. Luis Hill, he has been streaky lately, and when I say lately, not even that lately, because he has not pitched in 3 weeks now. For a guy that struggles with his command like he did, missing 3 weeks is going to be a little bit of a problem. He could come out with a little rust, not having his command and all that. He's probably not going to go deep in this game because he doesn't usually, but he just gave up 3 earned runs to Cleveland in 3 innings in August. Now he's facing Guardians offense. I'm not going to go over all the numbers like yesterday, but they are much better at home, like you guys know. They're like a bottom 5 offense on the road, and they're right at around average to above average at home against righties. And you saw it. Maybe they sparked a little something yesterday with a couple home runs, or I think they hit 3 home runs actually yesterday in total. I think they scored some runs off Luis Hill in this one. And then Gavin Williams. I mean, it has been a struggle at home. If you don't know Gavin Williams at home, 0-7 with a 6.5 ERA. He cannot pitch in Cleveland. But he's another starting pitcher who's shaky to say the least, just like Luis Hill. And he hasn't pitched for even longer than Hill. He has not pitched since September 22nd. Now he's going to be thrown in Game 4 of the ALCS against one of the best offenses in the league. I think he's going to struggle a little bit. I think the Yankees offense gets to him. We know the Yankees offense, one of the most patient lineups there is, one of the best lineups there is as well. They've proven they can hit some of these Guardians bullpen arms as well, including Clase. So honestly, that was kind of the advantage you gave the Guardians, is their bullpen arms are absolutely elite. Well, they're getting hit as well. So I think between Gavin Williams and this Guardians bullpen, the Yankees will be able to get to him. I almost went the Yankees team total over 3.5. It was juiced at minus 140. I didn't want to touch that, but Cleveland is now a hitter's park this year, if you don't know that already. In this one, we got 2 inconsistent starting pitchers against 2 offenses that I think can do some damage. I just need 8 runs. Give me a 5-3, and we cash this one. So I like the over 7.5 runs as my second best bet of the night. But before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. There it is, the 2 bets for today. Shohei Ohtani over a half a walk. That's right, we're doing it. Minus 120 on BetMGM. Over 7.5 runs in the Yankees Cleveland. And just real quick, in the Dodgers Mets game, I do lean the under, and I do lean the Mets at plus money in case you guys care. But again, just leans. I haven't placed a bet or anything. But those are the 2 best bets I got. Hit that like button if you haven't already. I appreciate all the support all baseball season long. And just a reminder that NFL Week 7 best bets video is out now, so go check that out. But hope everyone has a great Friday, and we'll talk to you soon.